Happy New Year's, everybody. Adam Peterson with you from DCI. Happy January 3rd. Hopefully you had an amazing holiday season. You had a great new year, and you are starting off this 2022 happy and healthy, and may this be the best year of your entire life. If you have any dreams, make them come true, and looking forward to seeing a great year for your sales with Boost Mobile. So I want to thank you guys again for hopping on. Today's topic is going to be new hire training. So those new hires that happen to come in for the holiday season, we have some great information for you, some new stuff. We're going to focus on our January priorities and really just some tips and tricks to make you the most money as possible, as that's always a key. When I visit my doors, I just want to set you guys up for success and put as much money in your pockets as I can every day. So with that said, I'll go ahead and get it started. Can I give a quick sound check and visual check? Can you guys see me, and can you see my screen?
We've got you.
All right, thank you so much. So I want to start with any new hire, or even if maybe you've been there for a couple of months and you just happen to be on the call today, just a tip for the daily success. And this is something small, but it goes such a huge way in sales. So I always want to talk about this on sales calls for when we have new hire trainings. It's about the attitude and enthusiasm you play every day in your stores. So I know when we visit stores, there's a huge difference. If I walk into a store and I see a rep that's just sitting there behind the computer, just kind of no smile on their face, just, hey, how are you doing? The feeling I get from that rep, and then compared to the feeling I get from a rep where I come in, oh, hey, how are you doing? Welcome to Boost. Are you here for our promos? Just a smile and a greeting. It goes such a long way. That attitude and enthusiasm you guys have, it really does make a difference in how your customers see you. It'll make a difference in your sales, and it'll make a difference in your bottom line profitability, because if you are putting out those positive vibes are going to return back to you. I've seen videos and studies out there like smiling is contagious, right? You smile at a customer and say, how are you doing today? They're going to smile back at you. They're going to feel good. And this is just the start of a sales process. Sales, a lot of it is subliminal messaging you're giving to your customers to really get them to buy into you. There's a lot of Boost stores out there. I know we've got Boost stores, sometimes 3, 4, or 5 stores within a mile radius if you're in a busy area. And so what's going to make that customer come back to your store every time compared to going to a store down the street? It's all about your attitude and the enthusiasm that you guys give to your customers. And I've seen it firsthand. I've seen customers say, you know what? I drove an extra 5 miles past 10 Boost stores because I wanted to work with you. I've seen it and I've heard it firsthand based on that experience they get with the frontline sales makers. So the attitude you give to your customers, the enthusiasm you give to your customers is going to greatly help drive your overall sales. You want to be that first person to greet every customer walking in your door, right? So I've been in wireless for a long time now. I'm an old man now. I'm 40, but I started at 18 years old in the wireless industry as a sales rep in a store, just like every new hire. That was my first job. I was a sales rep in a store, and I remember there was 3 of us working in the store. It was me, Jen, and Julio. And man, we were all competitive, right? Because sales is a competitive business. We always want to be that first person to greet our customers. So when a customer came in, we were standing up, we were attentive, we would greet them with a smile, we would come around, say, hi, my name is Adam, welcome. It was actually Nextel in those days. Welcome to Nextel. What's your name? And we would get their name to start building that rapport. So I would give my name, I would get their name, and then I would use their name multiple times throughout that sale, because people love the sound of their own name. Like you find out your customer's name's Tony, and you say, Tony, yeah, we got great deals for you. Tony, do you have any customers who need to add a phone today? Tony, do you by chance qualify for Step Medicaid? Because we have a great promotion. Tony, based on what you told me for what you like in the phone, here's what I recommend to you. If you use your customers' names multiple times in that sale, they're going to buy into you. They're going to be like, oh, this is my friend now. This isn't just a person that's in a store and is clerking me. This is a solutions consultant who is going to figure out everything I need. And that's how you get leads for, hey, Tony, where do you work at, by the way? Does your business need phones? You can take it from a one-line opportunity, not only to add a lines, but you can talk about where do they work at. Maybe their business needs lines as well. So maximize every sales opportunity to become as profitable as possible while addressing your customers' needs. So being the best starts with your guys' everyday approach. As I just mentioned, don't be a clerk. You are a solutions consultant. This is a career, right? Like I said, I started when I was 18. I'm now 40. Being in wireless is a career. I'm telling you guys, man. You get good in wireless, everyone needs a phone. It's something like most people have TV stores. Everyone has a cell phone these days. So if you become an expert in the cell phone game, you are always going to have a job available to you. And if you make yourself the best, you're going to have so many doors open up. So you want to make sure you are a solutions consultant. And it starts with your appearance when you guys are at work. One of my favorite quotes was from Deion Sanders. I adopted it a little bit. Hall of Fame football player, if you didn't know who he is. I adopted it a little bit for sales. But it's if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you sell good. If you sell good, you get paid good. His exact quote was, if you look good, you feel good, you play good, you get paid good, right? So kind of adapted it from the football analogy into the sales analogy. But it all starts with that everyday approach. If I go into a store, and just giving some examples of stores that I see. I go into a store and I see a guy in a t-shirt and shorts, hair looking all shabby. I'm like, okay, this guy doesn't really care much about his job. And he's sitting there behind his counter. He's not even greeting me right. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I've been here. I'm going to go to a different store next time. Now I go into a store where that rep looks sharp. They have on the, a Boost shirt, jeans, or slacks, or whatever the dress code may be for your door, but they have on that professional attire. You get that professional feel. One of the things about Boost is there are no corporate stores. You guys are the corporate store. So if you have a 4.0 store with that big background and the Boost logo lit up on the back wall, your 4.0 store, you are the face of Boost. You are the corporate stores. So the goal there is it doesn't matter if a customer goes to a store in Chicago or they go to a store in California, a store in Texas, a store in Indiana, they should have that same experience. Just like if you walked into a State Farm or a Best Buy or whatever the case may be, you're gonna get that same look and feel. So you want to make sure you guys have that, and you are starting your everyday approach by looking like a sales professional and having that proper attitude. One of the things, when I started getting in sales and got up to that manager level was, I know we all have issues in our personal lives. Everyone has some kind of drama going on. And especially if you feel like you're district manager and you're managing a lot of people, or just every sales rep, we all have stuff going on in our lives. That's understandable. But one of the things is when you walk into the door, you need to leave all those issues outside the door. You cross that threshold. You're there for business. You're a professional. You're going to handle your business, until your shift's over, then you can kind of get back to your personal life. And sometimes work can be a great escape from any additional drama you guys have going on. But the key here is don't bring any drama into your workplace. You want to be that consummate professional because that's going to make you the best you can be. So the standards for employee appearance is basically a Boost branded shirt or a plain shirt with a Boost lanyard. If you guys don't have either one of those, reach out to us at DCI. We can help hook you up. If you have a jacket or sweater on, because I know it's a little bit cold right now, just have that lanyard on over your jacket or over your sweater so you have that kind of Boost logo professional. You don't want to have any kind of torn or ripped clothes on there. If you have a dual brand stuff like with Motorola and Boost or whatever the case may be, if a vendor sends you something, that's okay as well. Pants, jeans, shorts, skirts, capris are all okay. No open-toed shoes, which I would see is an issue now for most of us, unless you're down in the South. But in the summertime, no open-toed shoes. Okay, now let's move on. Let's break out our main priorities for November, or January, I'm sorry. Our January priorities. So our top priorities is the Boost Transform Network. So that's making sure that you guys are activating on the BYOD. Number 2, you're pushing SDDN. And number 3, you're pushing ACP. Additional January priorities you guys should be focused on is the Unlimited Plus plan. That's our $60 plan, but I would always say $67. So you have unlimited talk, text, data, plus protection. Your family plans and add-a-lines, and then, of course, your value-added services. Every phone you sell should be bundled with value-added services. You don't ever want to sell a $50 plan or a $60 plan. That needs to start at a $57 pitch or a $67 pitch. And this is assuming one line, which never assume one line. This is another big miss. When I go secret shop stores, whenever I meet a rep for the first time and they don't know me, I love to just pretend I'm a customer to see how do they treat their average customer coming in. Are they qualifying me? And the majority of times, they do not qualify me. they will pitch me they'll ask who I'm with. They'll pitch me a free phone, which don't ever assume a free phone. If you think about how many people are on the call right now, think about yourself personally. Do you have a free phone, or did you pay some money for your phone? Now, I'm guessing you paid some money for your phone because majority of customers have invested in their specific device. So don't assume a free phone. Qualify them. See, are they more of an Android customer or an iPhone customer? Do they watch Hulu, Netflix, Vudu, any streaming services on their phone? If they do, boom, I'm automatically going to pitch $67 plan, unlimited talk, text, data, high definition video streaming, plus protection. But before I pitch that, I'm never going to assume that one line close. Is there anyone else in your family who may need a line today? We have great promotions for add-a-lines. So you can take that one line sale into a 2 or 3 or 4 line sale. All right. So never assume an add-a-line, always bundle in your pricing. So priority number 1, pushing activations on the BTN network or the Black SIM card network. So this is huge. This is what's going to allow us to bring back promotions like the 4 for 100 that we've had in the past that were very successful. Right now we have the 3 for 90 getting ready to launch, which I'll go into in just a second. But Boost is so much more profitable by activating on the BTN network, the Black SIM card network, which runs off the AT&T towers, than they are on the Orange SIM card network, which runs off the T-Mobile towers. So big push to activate on the BTN network. So that family plan launching soon is going to be the 3 for 90 plan. And the details on this is planned to launch around 1/5, so in just a couple of days. So line 1 is $50. Line 2 is $30. Line 3 is $10. You don't necessarily have to get all 3 lines. You could do 2 for $80 on this plan as well. It's unlimited talk and text, and you get 12 gigabytes of data on those lines. So it's not 35 gigs, it's 12 gigabytes of data on each line. This is new, important customers are eligible for this. At this time, at launch, it will not be available for existing customers. They would have to delete their account altogether and join with a new PTN if an existing customer wanted to take advantage of this promotion. Again, all lines have to be activated at the same time, and you can have up to 3 lines at the point of activation only. If you were to do, say, 2 lines today, the customer could not come in another week to add that 3 lines. And just like our regular family plans, the main line would be the account holder who's responsible for having the bill paid for all of their customers. So again, that is scheduled to launch on January 5th. Any questions on the BTN multi-line plan before I move on? All right, other great things for this network is the throttling speeds are much faster. So it's 5 times faster than the old 2G throttling, which was 128 kilobytes per second. It's now 512 kilobytes per second. So again, much faster throttling speeds for customers who activate on that Black SIM card network. Moving on to priority number 2, the network upgrade SDDN. That's the SN to TN upgrades, otherwise known as yellow SIM card to orange SIM card. So we put it out there that customers need to be switched over by January 1st because that TN network, the orange network, the T-Mobile network, was getting shut off on January 1st. Well, good news for the customers who haven't switched over yet is that it's pushed out a little bit. It's going to be now in March. However, we want to create that sense of urgency still. So how I would advise customers is if they're eligible to switch, they need to switch today because that network could be shut off at any times. Even though it could be up until March, some markets may get turned off earlier. We are now past the deadline. So if you have a customer, say, for example, they're on a Stylo 5, you can't just pop a new SIM card into upgrade. They need to upgrade their phone. Very important, you are pushing the sense of urgency on upgrading to a new device and putting them on the new network. And again, this I'm talking about from the yellow SIM cards. That's the old Sprint network under the orange SIM cards, which is the T-Mobile network. So not to be confused, priority number 1 is your new important customers on the Black SIM card, the BTN network. Okay, that's priority number 1. Priority number 2 is getting customers off of the legacy Sprint network, and for now, just moving them onto the TN or the orange SIM card network. Now, may there be a time in the next couple months where we're going to focus on moving those customers again to the black SIM card network? Possibly. But guess what? If you guys are making a profit just for popping a SIM card, and you can make a profit again for popping another SIM card, that's more money in you guys' pockets as dealers. So make sure you guys are continuing to focus on this. Honestly, our numbers aren't where they should be. We have way too many customers out there. And why is this really bad for you guys, right? So if those customers get shut off, you're going to have a ton of customers coming in ticked off they have no service, ticked off that they have to upgrade, they weren't aware of it, and most likely they're going to be upset with the experience and report to a competitor. And you're going to lose, your store's going to lose residuals for that customer. It's a bad deal all around. So this is a very important topic that you guys need to have an incredible laser focus on here in January, because we are almost completely out of time. So it's up to you guys on the front line to make this happen. Now, those customers, again, you're going to have two options. Either they just need to pop a SIM card and they're going to be good to go, or they're going to have to upgrade their device and get a new SIM card as well. A lot of that low-hanging fruit, which is you can see in Smile and Dial, we've already popped that SIM card and taken care of them. So now it's a lot of these customers that need to upgrade. So you need to make sure you are pushing that upgrade process. All right, priority number 3, this is a transition from EBB to ACP. So for you new hires, EBB was the Emergency Broadband Benefit Program you guys had in your store. And I'm guessing you may still have collateral up that offers the hotspot with 35 gigs. You probably want to remove that because that actually ended December 31st. So if you see that collateral up in your store, remove that, as it is now replaced with the ACP program. The ACP program, we have 3 offers. We have the hotspot, the tablet, and the phone, just like we do today. And that stands for the ACP is Affordable Connectivity Plan. So it doesn't matter if you're selling a hotspot, a phone, or a tablet. All of these options in today's world are free to your customers. They'll have unlimited on the phone plan, unlimited talk and text, and a 7 gigs of data. The tablet will have 7 gigs of data on it as well, and the hotspot will have 7 gigs on it as well. For your existing customers who've signed up previous to December 31st, so if they signed up, say December 1st or October or November or September, anytime previously, they will be good on their former plan until March 1st. They should be getting text to opt into the new program. I believe from what we've heard, it will be auto switched over on March 1st to these new plans. So anyone new only has these 3 options. Anyone you've signed up for previously will keep their plan, which, for example, on the phone was unlimited talk, text, and 35 gigs of data. The tablet had 35 gigs, and the hotspot had 35 gigs. So if you signed up previous to December 31st, they'll be good until March 1st. But anyone signed up today will be on these new plans. The great news for our customers is it is still free. This isn't anything that Dish or Boost switch. This is a switch from the government for this affordable connectivity plan. And the good news here is they're actually adding a ton more customers to qualify who were not previously eligible. They lowered the restrictions, so you have a much bigger pool of customers who may not have qualified previously who will now qualify. An additional method to qualify now is the WIC, the Women, Infant, Children Food Program, is now an additional qualifier for the ACP program. For you guys activating it, you activate the same way you did as it was EBB. If you're brand new and you have not done any of the training on that, you'll need to complete your STAR training classes where it'll walk you through the NatVer activation process and then using your tablet to select the plan for the customer, getting the promo code, and then activating in the sales portal. The good news also on the tablet, they did extend out that $10 promotion. It was supposed to end on January 6th. That was extended out until January 27th. So only $10 for a tablet. So that SRP is $129.99. This should still sell like crazy. Even if it's only 7 gigs instead of 35, this is still going to be awesome because you're getting a tablet for $10. 0 cost per month. I know when I got my first tablet, it was an iPad 2. It was my first tablet. And I got it Wi-Fi only because I had Wi-Fi at home. So I used my Wi-Fi at home, and that was it. So for these customers, you connect your Wi-Fi, they're good all day, every day. But then when they're traveling, they're in the car, if they need to use data, they have that 7 gigs while they are mobile. So they did extend that promotion out again until January 27th. So huge savings on that. Make sure you are pushing that. As far as your phone prices go, it's SRP on all phones today. So no port-in prices. It's just SRP on every phone, except for the Samsung A02, which is $49.99 for new customers. If it was a port, same price, $49.99. So when you're looking at your phones on the ACP, if you know a bunch of Samsung A02s, this is your tip to order. Get those ordered up because that is the best deal for your customers on this program. The Alcatel Link Zone 2, that's the hotspot, that's $24.99. And you may say, well, customers don't want to get a hotspot for 7 gigs. If you still have those in stock, some customers may still want that, but if you still have them in stock, guess what? You can still sell those as a post-activation for $50 for the 35 gigs. I know there was a big period of time where we didn't have hotspots in stock, and dealers were asking me, Adam, when are we going to get a hotspot? When are we going to get a hotspot? Customers will pay that $50. They want that 35 gig hotspot. So you can move them with the ACP program, or keep in mind you can still sell those with a regular $50, $35, 35 gig plan as well. As far as setup fees go, you can charge customers setup fee for any ACP activations if it's a mobile broadband or tablet. And you can charge a setup fee for any ACP activation on a handset. And then ACP or the activation fee is typically $25. Any questions on the new ACP plan? All right, I'll keep moving forward. So also additional priorities is increasing add-lines, right? So our bread and butter plans, what's Boost always been known for, right? It's our 50 and our 60, or as I like to say, our 57 and our $67 plans. Now you have the add-lines for $30 on top of that. So when you're talking to your customers, never assume that one-line deal, as I mentioned earlier. But if you need a line 2, instead of paying an additional $57, you could pay as low as $37 for line 2, unlimited talk, text, data, 35 gigs of high definition, or 35 gigs of data and protection. The $40 add-line, or the $47, again, because I'm bundling, will give you that high def streaming as well. So if you get a $60 plan, you can do a $60 plan that has a high def streaming for your phone, and say your kid wants a phone, they could do a $30. You can mix and match. But if you want a secondary line to have high def video streaming as well, then it'll be the $40 plan. Also, I think I should probably call out right now that high def video streaming is available on the orange SIM card network, but not on the BTN, not on the black SIM cards. It's coming, but right now, high def video streaming is not included on the Boost Transform network. But the big thing here is your bread and butter is your 50 and your 60, or your 57 and your 67, and then your add-lines, your $30 and your $40 add-lines. The $10, $15, $25 plans, those are for BYOD customers. So a lot of times I'm in stores and customers are like, well, why can't I get this $10 plan? I see it up on your big board there. Why can't I get this $15 plan? That's really it's great to have more tools in your toolkit, right? So this is for customers who maybe have a phone already and they want to come over and get something that's just really low price. That allows you to compete with like your Smart Track or your Smart Talk or Track phone for that low price. If it's a BYOD, we're going to get those low plans, but those are not for new customers. Those are BYOD only plans. When it comes to getting sales, I led off by kind of giving an example of my greeting when I was working in stores. And the greeting that I gave was, hey, are you here for our promos? The reason why I love that is it works on a number of levels. Number one, everyone loves a promotion. So if you're here for our promos, that customer will be like, oh, what promos do you have going on? Number two, it creates a dialogue for opening questions, and it works in every scenario. So, hey, are you here for our promos? No, I'm not. I'm just here to pay a bill. Well, that's great. We have promotions for our bill customer payments as well. And what am I thinking there? I'm thinking add-a-lines, right? Or I'm thinking, do they have SNAP or Medicaid? Maybe I can get them ACP. You know, if a customer says, "Oh yeah, I see your iPhone promotion going on. What's up with that iPhone SE promo?" I can talk about that. Or if they ask what promos we have, I can qualify them. Who do you have right now? Do you have Boost currently, or do you have a competitor? And then I can look at our porting options. So if you say, "Hey, are you here for our promos?" That grading will work no matter what customer walks in your door. 100% of the time, it's a great way to start dialogue to get open-ended questions rolling. So big key to increasing your value-added services. The next topic, right? Another priority. Increasing your value-added services. And I've hit on this a couple times already, and this is bundling. As I've been saying, I pitch a 57 or a 67. My add lines, I pitch a 37 or a 47. So everyone loves to have their phone protected. People don't like to pay for insurance. It's the power of the words you use in a sale. If you're looking to sell a phone for a customer and you're telling them it's $50 and you are clicking through the screens and you say, "Do you want to pay $7 for insurance?" Probably 9 out of 10 times you're going to say no, they're going to say no, because you've already given them that price and they don't want to make it go any higher. But if you start off by saying $57 unlimited talk, text, data plus protection, that's going to stick. Make them tell you they don't want it. It's called the assumption close. That's going to, if you do this, I promise you, you're going to see your value added services numbers soar. And if you get an objection, you don't take the first no. Okay, your bill's $57, unlimited talk, text, data plus protection. Oh, wait. I just thought it was 50. Oh, no, the base plan is 50. We bundle in protection on your phone. It covers lost or destroyed. You just pay a small deductible. Majority of phones are broken within 30 days, so I want you to walk out this phone knowing your phone's protected in case anything happens. If you want to take it off next month, just let us know. We can call into care and we can remove that for you. But we want to make sure you leave our store making sure your phone is completely protected. If you overcome that objection with that talk track, it will stick. Probably, I would say 8 out of 10 times. You may get a couple times people give you a hard no, I still don't want it. That's okay. You've tried to overcome the objection. You've given your pitch, but you're going to find the majority of times it will stick. It will, and this is going to help improve your value-added services. Some stores don't even make it optional. Say, hey, in order to get this promotion on your phone, we need to make sure your phone's protected. If you want to take it off next month, just come in and tell us, we'll take it off. And what happens is customers don't take it off. Once they leave and they know their phone's protected, they don't want to take it off in month 2. The vast majority. Sure, of course, a couple here and there are going to take it off, but the vast majority of your customers will not take it off. That will stick on there. So that's the easy key. It's like when you go to McDonald's and you get a value meal. There's a reason why people don't order fries, a cheeseburger, and a drink, right? They order a number 2, whatever that number may be. It's that same concept. It's sales. And McDonald's got down, your fast food places all have it down. That's why they give you that value menu. If you see, wait, my cheeseburger only cost me $1.99, but those fries cost me $2.50. Like, well, I don't want to pay $2.50 for fries. But then if they bundle it all in, you're like, oh yeah, $6 for that whole meal, I'm good. Right? That same concept applies to wireless. So make sure you guys are taking advantage of this. On top of the protection, remember we have the international call, and if you have customers who may call Canada or Mexico, they have that additional add-on for you guys as well for $5 a month. Real quickly, Smile and Dial. For any new hires on this call, Smile and Dial is such a big opportunity. During your slow times, you should be making calls to your customers to drive them back into your door. It's something that only Boost has. None of our competitors have it. If you're not utilizing it, you're missing out. If you got downtime, you should not be watching videos on YouTube. You should not be calling your friends on FaceTime. You should be making Smile and Dial calls. The minimum expectation is 10 calls per day. How long does 10 calls take? Truly, it takes half an hour, right? So I know you have more than half an hour downtime in your day unless you're at a crazy busy store. So make those calls. You can call them. Hi, my name's Adam from Boost over at Bloomington Road. You got your phone from us. Just want to give you a courtesy call and check out, see how your phone's working. Everything working good? They're going to tell you, yeah, it's fine. Or if they have an issue, you talk about their issue. But it says, yeah, it's fine. Okay, great. Just want to let you know we have an awesome promotion right now. You can get an add-a-line phone. We're getting a phone that costs normally $200 for as low as $15. Is there anyone in your family who might need an extra line of service? So I position it as a courtesy call, and I pivot into a sale. And I identify myself. I say, my name's Adam. I say the store, like I just had Bloomington Road in this example. So I'm on Bloomington Road, so they know that they bought their phone from me. I'm not a telemarketer. So I do my courtesy call check, and then I pivot into my sales opportunity. I could also pivot into, do you by chance get SNAP, Medicaid, or WIC program? Because if so, we have a great program, ACP. We have a great benefit program right now where you could get service free 6 months to a year, and all you have to do is pay for the device, but you have no monthly bill. Would you by chance qualify for that? Come in and see us. We'll get you signed up. So Smile Dial is such a huge opportunity for you guys. I definitely want to see you take advantage of it more. Lastly, you want to touch on Boost Promoter Score. So your customers are now getting text based on the service they got in store with you. Every customer who buys a phone gets a text. So what I would recommend is you guys ask for the 5. Hey, you're going to get a text from Boost Mobile asking how your service was in the store today. Is there any reason why you couldn't give me a 5? And, ask for that 5. And they say, well, no, there's not. Okay, perfect. I really appreciate it because our store gets judged on our service we give you in a store. You're going to be able to slam dunk your scores on that Boost Promoter Score survey. And if they say, well, I'd actually only give you a 4 because of this, you can try to overcome it. Okay, can I fix it now so I can earn that 5 from you? But if you don't mention it, then customers are going to score you all over the board. So I just want to talk about Boost Promoter Score, tell them that it is out there, it does matter, and make sure you guys are addressing it for your customers in store. The more likely your customers give you that 5, they're going to be promoters. If they give you a 4, a 3, or a 2, they're going to be passive. So, you didn't make them feel special. If they give you something lower, they're going to be a detractor and probably going to leave you. All right. So that's all I have for today, guys. Thank you so much for hopping on. I know a couple minutes over. I'll open up. Are there any questions at this time? All right. Well, thank you guys so much for hopping on. Have a great week. Happy New Year's, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.